Hello, and welcome to Iron Phoenix's video tutorials on the Source SDK. We're going to be concentrating on the I/O system. These tutorials are not designed for the beginner, and for those sorts of tutorials it's a good idea to look at other people's tutorials, such as Valve Hammer Tutorials, which is done by Lord Ned, and a channel called I Am Asparagus, which is done by Sphinxer. Both of those are members of the Face Punch community and respected mappers in their own right. Now, I'm going to be mapping in Portal Engine, which is Source SDK 2009. And this is something I just whipped up earlier. I've got a standard T-junction section of brushes, got a door, an ambient generic, which is this thing, a block here, which is going to be our window, player start, and a crowbar. What we're going to be doing here is we are going to be creating an alarm which will go off when the glass is broken, and the door will then close. It's a nice little simple system, but the possibilities really are endless from just going from these few basic methods. Now, I don't know if people have been watching the 3-clicks tutorials. A while ago he did a tutorial on what he called fake DMM. Now, you'll probably see I post a few things on that page. This is the correct way to make a pane of glass which acts like a pane of glass, rather than a bunch of parented fizz boxes or whatever the hell he was doing. So, we're going to select our block, and we are going to search for a substance known as no draw. That's our window there. And hit the apply current texture button. Deselect it, and then select one face with the face edit tool. Go to browse and search for glass. And there's our glass texture here. It's called Glass Window Break 070A. Apply. Right. Press Ctrl T and make it into a Funk breakable surf. Call it something useful. Now you can call it Simon and Bob if you like, but if you don't know where Simon is, how can he relate to Bob, and what's the timing and stuff? So it's good to just give it a good meaningful name. I'm just going to call it glass for the moment, but usually I use lots and lots of prefixes. There's nothing else to really worry about on this page for the moment. Next thing, set up your door. So Control T again, make it a Funk door. There's a bit more to do on this one, and I will explain why as we go. First off, give it a name, give it something meaningful. It's a door, so it's a door in this. Speed, I'm going to give it 25. The speed of a door and the sound that you give your door really does matter, because a big heavy blast door doesn't want to be going, really quickly. If it's slow, it looks heavy, and if you give it a good sort of grinding sound, again, it sounds heavy, and it will all help with the environment of your map. Delay before reset, set that to -1. This will prevent the door from closing unless you tell it to. Your lip, set that to 1. If you don't set it to any number, what you can end up with is an effect that's known as Z fighting. This is caused by two materials essentially fighting for dominance over a texture plane, and you'll get some really meshed up effects. So just give it a lip, and then you'll be saved all that hassle. Force closed, set to yes. Obviously it'll force it closed if someone tries to block it, like in that DM runoff map in Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. They haven't put any force closed things on that door, so you can actually block it with objects. your spawn position needs to be set to open, otherwise it will spawn to closed and you've got no way of opening it. And your move direction, make sure it's in the direction that you want it to go. I'm just going to leave it as that at the moment, so it's going to go that way. Okay, that's all we need to do in there. Last bit, click on your ambient generic, give it a name, give it a sound. If you type klaxon in here, you get that, which is quite a nice solid sound. And then unchecked is not looped, because then it will loop the sound and hit play everywhere, but it'll only loop the sound if it's a looped sound, if that makes sense. Right, okay, so select your glass. Now the fun part. It's really simple now. On break, obviously, because when it breaks you want it to do something. Target the entity which you want to target. You want the door to close. Done. Again, on break, sound, play sound. If you want, say, if you want the alarm to go off and then the door to close, let's say a tenth of a second later, you put your delay in seconds of, and you hit apply. So that should now work. So when you run up with your crowbar, you hit it, the sound will sound and the door will close. So here we go. And this is our tutorial map with its crowbar. As you see, we've got a door here which you can go through, and our big pane of glass. Alarm sounds, door closes, and we thought, as you see, glass that works like glass, and it looks like glass. So there you go. Thank you for watching the tutorials, and I hope that this will help you in the future.